Hi, it's Sherri from A Quilting Life, and I'm here today to share with you the April block of the month for April 2022. This is a really fun block. I really enjoyed making it. My large block is pieced in our Seashore Dry fabrics, and I'll show you my red, white, and blue small block when we get into the explanation part of the video. But for now, let's just go ahead and get started with today's block. Okay, this month's block is really a fun block, I think, because it allows you, to use 4 different prints in the center of the block and just really kind of show them off. I chose to use the daisy print in Seashore Drive in 4 different colors. And then I also added in this kind of low volume print for my background just to give even more interest. Now, when you're making, we're going to put up some pictures that I took while I was sewing, but you're going to use, actually, you don't need it, but it really helps, the mini simple folded corners ruler, so that you don't have to draw any lines. You can just trim and sew, trim and sew. If you don't have the ruler, that's okay, you can still make it, but this really, I think, is super helpful. But the main thing that you want to remember is that you want to add your squares or triangles to opposite sides of your square first, and then do your pressing. Make sure you do your pressing, and then the other side. So you're always going to do that with each of these 4 colors, and we'll pop up some pictures. I've got a picture where we just have these 2 sewn on, and then another picture where I've actually got all 4 sewn. Now, if you do some creative pressing, you can make it to where it's easier for the blocks to go together. So if you notice, we'll just look at the orchid block. The first 2 seams I pressed out, and the next 2 seams I pressed in. And I did that on each block, out and in, out and in, out and in. And that makes it that when you're sewing 2 blocks together right next to each other, that these, I guess, thicker parts are not meeting right exactly next to each other. They're kind of lapped. And so that happens when you do that with all of the blocks at each place where the seams meet. It just makes it to where these 2 really bulky parts aren't intersecting together. And then you can see I pressed to one direction for my rows, and I actually did press just down. I thought about pressing it open, but the fabric just kind of naturally wanted to go down on that one. So I'm also going to show you my red, white, and blue version. I think it turned out super cute. Since I was using a red for my churn dash section, I just did 2 dark blues and 2 light blues, and once again I went with 4 different prints. I just did my same background that I'm using, and once again you can see with the pressing I just did 2 of the seams pressed in and 2 of the seams pressed out. So that just really seemed to help it nest together. And again, I really thought I would be pressing that center seam open, but it really just kind of wanted to go to the area where there was less bulk. It just kind of naturally wanted to go that way, and so that's the way I pressed it. And I'll just pull all these up so you can see them all together. It's really fun at this point in a sew along where you start getting 3 or 4 blocks, and you just kind of start getting a feel for the quilt. And I also wanted to show you with this one, in case any of you are doing 2 or 3 color quilts, the reason I chose this red was because I didn't want to just go dark blue, red, medium blue, dark blue, red, medium blue, and have the dark blues all lined up. So I chose to do red so that it would be diagonal from the other red border. And I will do, for my next block, I will do a medium blue, and then I'll do dark blue over here. So just a thought, if you're changing up colors and you know you're going to set the blocks in the order that we're sewing them, just think about what color you're using for that outer section. And that's really it for today's block. It was super fun to make, and I hope you'll enjoy making it. And remember, if you're just seeing this, you can still get all of the previous patterns, and they're all free. They are only free for 2022, so make sure you download them. I'm getting emails still on a daily basis about my 2019 block of the month and my 2020 block of the month, and you just need to download those patterns now while they're free. Otherwise, you can find them in my Etsy shop, and we do have them there. And that's it. I hope you'll enjoy making this month's block. Okay, that's it for the April 2022 Quilt Block of the Month video. Remember, you can go get the PDF pattern from my website. We'll have a link in the description below. And we hope that if you enjoyed this video, you'll share it with a friend and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the like button. And thanks so much for stopping by.